Chapter 1: Evolution of Computers. Content in this chapter: Evolution of computers, generations of computers, advantages and disadvantages of generation of computers, types of computers. The evolution of computers is a fascinating journey that has transformed the way you live, work, and communicate. Earlier computers were used only by scientists and engineers for complex calculators. These computers were very huge in size and were very expensive, but nowadays the size of computers has been reduced and they become affordable. Everyone wants to learn computers to keep pace with the new technology. The word computer has been derived from a word compute, which means to calculate. The main idea on the basis of which a computer has been invented was to make a device which could perform mathematical calculations. The modern computers are more than just performing calculations only. In fact, 80% of the work performed by the computer today is non-mathematical in nature. Evolution of computers. The evolution of computers refers to the gradual development and advancement of computing devices and technology over time. In modern times, a computer is a compact but fast system. But in earlier days, computers were very big in size. They produced so much heat and they were needed to be kept in an air-conditioned room. They were heavy in weight and slow in processing. Though different computing devices were developed in different periods since prehistorical times, we are going to discuss about the history of development of different computing devices. Fact to know: the earliest known calculating device is probably the abacus. It dates back at least to 1100 BC and is still in use today, particularly in Asia. Abacus. The abacus is one of the earliest calculating devices used by humans, and it predates the invention of modern computers and calculators. Abacus consists Chinese more than 5,000 years ago. It was made up of wooden frame with rods where each rod contains beads. The frame is divided into two parts, heaven and earth. Heaven part contains the rods where each rod has 2 beads. Earth part contains rods where each rod contains 5 beads. These beads can be moved up and down to perform the calculations. It is used to perform calculation like counting, addition and subtraction. Napier's bones. Napier's bones, also known as Napier-One's boards, are a manual calculation device invented by John Napier in 1617. It was made of bones and numbered rods which can be used to perform multiplication of any number by a number 2 to 9. John Napier was mostly known for the discovery of logarithm. Pascaline. The Pascaline, also known as the Pascal's calculator, is one of the earliest mechanical calculators. It was designed and built by Blaise Pascal in 1642. It consists of a box with gears, wheels, and dials. Numbers were displayed by rotating the wheels. This machine could perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Leibniz calculator. The Leibniz calculator, also known as the stepped reckoner, is a historic mechanical calculator invented by Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz in 1671. It was capable to perform all mathematical calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and even to find square roots. Jacquard loom. The Jacquard loom, invented in 1805 by Joseph Marie Jacquard. It was the first machine using punched card. These punched cards controlled the weaving, enabling an ordinary workman to produce the most beautiful patterns style previously accomplished only with patience, skill, and hard work. It formed the basis of storing information on punched cards. Difference engine. The difference engine was a historic mechanical calculator designed and partially built by Charles Babbage in 1822. It is known as difference engine because it is based on mathematical principle, namely the method of finite differences. It used punched cards to store information and do calculation up to 20 decimal places. Analytical engine. The analytical engine was a visionary mechanical general-purpose computer designed by Charles Babbage in the 1830s. It would have been the world's first general-purpose computer that had 5 units: input, output, store, mill, and control. All the computers used nowadays are based on this machine. Input and output units are used to enter data and display results respectively. Store is used to store the data. Mill is used to perform calculations, and control unit is to control the overall working. Fact to note: Charles Babbage, also known as father of computer, was a British mathematician who originated the concept of digital programmable computer. Tabulating machine. A tabulating machine is a mechanical device designed for the purpose of processing and tabulating data in 1899 by an American named Herman Hollerith. It stored information on punched cards. This machine was capable of reading, sorting, and summing the data. Fact to know: Augusta Ada Byron, Countess of Lovelock, worked with Babbage and created a program for the analytical engine. She is known as the first program who suggested binary data. Mark I. Mark I was the first fully automatic digital computer, which was invented by Howard Aiken in 1941. It did not need any human intervention once started. This system was able to execute long calculations automatically. Herman Hollerith was the founder of the world's largest computer company, IBM. ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. ENIAC was known as the first general-purpose electronic digital computer, which was built by John W. Mauchly and John Presper Eckert in 1943. It was 1,000 times faster than Mark I. It consisted of 18,000 vacuum tubes. It was used to do mathematical operations and store data. It was huge in size and consumed a lot of electricity. Fact to know: physically, ENIAC was very large in size. It weighed 30 tons and consumed 150 kilowatts of power. It was 100 feet long and 10 feet. EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. EDVAC was first stored program computer, which was invented by Mauchly, Eckert, and John von Neumann in 1949. It has a memory to hold both a stored program as well as data. UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer. UNIVAC was the first commercially available electronic computer, which was developed by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert in 1951. This computer used keyboard and console typewriter for input and magnetic tape for all other input and output. Printed output was recorded on tape and then printed by a separate tape printer. Generations of computers. The history of computing devices is typically divided into several generations based on the technology and major innovations that characterized each era. Generation, period, main component, characteristics, examples. First, 1940 to 58, vacuum tubes. Large size, comparatively small storage, slow speed. High power consumption. Large installation area. Difficult to program. ENIAC, UNIVAC 1. Second, 1959 to 64, transistors. Smaller, faster and cheaper. Contained all the components of modern-day computers, printer storage capacity, operating system, etc. Programming languages like COBOL and Fortran came into use. IBM 1401, IBM 1420. Third, 1964 to 70, integrated circuits, chips. Smaller in size. Increased storage capacity. Different programs could be run together. IBM 360 series and 370 series. Fourth, 1971 till date, microprocessors. Greater computing power. Greater storage capacity. Used better storage devices that cost less. Could be linked together or networked. Apple Macintosh, IBM PC, laptops, palmtops. Fifth, 1989 to future, artificial intelligence, very high speed and storage capacity, ability to carry out sophisticated operations, high-level language, might overcome the lack of thinking power. Cray 1 series. Advantages and disadvantages of generations of computers. Generation, advantages, disadvantages. First generation, computers were the pioneers of modern computing. Computers could calculate data in milliseconds. 1. Bulky in size and non-portable. 2. Air conditioning was required. 3. Vacuum tubes produced lot of heat and burnt out frequently. 4. Limited programming capability. Second generation, used less energy and were not heated. Computations were performed in microseconds. 1. Air conditioning was required. 2. Second generation computers were expensive to produce and purchase. Third generation, smaller in size as compared to previous generations, produced less heat, maintenance cost was less. Calculations were performed in nanoseconds. 1. Air conditioning was required. 2. Third generation computers were typically large and not easily portable. Fourth generation, smaller in size, no air conditioning is required. Fast calculations can be performed and not expensive. 1. The latest technology required for manufacturing of microprocessor. Fifth generation, faster than other generation computer. Highly advanced AL capabilities. 1. Highly sophisticated technology required. 2. Still in progress. Types of computers. Computers come in various types, each designed for specific purposes and tailored to meet different needs. Many new features and properties are being included every time. Different computers even look different from each other. Basically, computer systems fall into one of the following categories depending on their size, capacity, and speed. Microcomputers. Microcomputers are known as personal computer or PCs are small and affordable computers designed for individual use. Inside a microcomputer there is a small chip called a microprocessor. They have low storage capacity they are designed as a single-user system, that is, only one person can use it at a time. These PCs are used by doctors, engineers, scientists, schools, etc. Examples: cell phone, palm computer, tablet, laptop, and desktop computer. Some microcomputers are explained below. 1. Laptop. A laptop or notebook is a kind of microcomputer that can be used on laps and easily portable. It has same hardware and software as desktop, but they are compact and lighter. These needs battery to operate and mostly used for office work and home uses. 2. Desktop computers. Desktop computers are microcomputers which are placed desk or table. These computers are normally used in schools, banks, offices, railway, airport, hospitals, etc. A desktop computer consists of input unit, keyboard and mouse, output unit, monitor and printer, and processing unit, CPU. 3. Palm-top computers. A palm-top is a microcomputer that fits in a palm or hand and can be carried in a pocket. It has a pen-like device which is used to select options. It has a limited storage capacity and is easily portable. Mini computers. They were first released in 1960. Mini computers are medium-sized computers designed for tasks that require more computing power than microcomputers but less than mainframes or supercomputers. These computers support more than one user at a time. They have larger storage capacity. They are used for variety of applications like computer-aided design, scientific research, air ticket reservations, banking, animation, video editing, etc. Mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are large and powerful computers used by large organizations, government agencies, and enterprises. They can process large amount of data at a very high speed. They are capable to support more than hundreds of users at a time. They are known for their reliability, scalability, and robust processing capabilities. Fact to know: IBM developed its first mainframe computer, ACC, in 1994. Supercomputers. Supercomputers are incredibly powerful and fast computers used for solving complex problems and performing advanced calculations. The speed and power of supercomputers make them ideal for handling large and highly complex problems that require extreme calculating power. These systems are costly and are used in specialized areas like weather forecasting, scientific research, atomic science, animation films, defense, space applications, etc. Example: Cray XC40, Sunway Taihu Lite. Fact to know: a new supercomputer 93 petajoule Sunway Taihu Lite is installed at the National Supercomputing Center in Wuxi, is the world's most powerful machine. It can perform 93 trillion calculations per second. Summary points. The word computer has been derived from a word compute, which means to calculate. The abacus is one of the earliest calculating devices used by humans. In 1642, Pascaline was invented by Blaise Pascal, which used gears, wheels, and dials. Indifference engine and analytical engine were designed by Charles Babbage. Mark I was the first fully automatic digital computer. First-generation computers were the pioneers of modern computing. The third-generation computers were much smaller and more compact than second-generation computers. Microcomputers are used for personal use. Mainframe computers process large amount of data at a very high speed. Supercomputers are used in specialized areas like weather forecasting, scientific research, defense, etc.